Alright guys, so my next review is on the Dormammu Build-A-Figure. I was looking up to find it and found this Flaming Skulls to go with it as well. Trying to keep this little bag with it because in case I don't decide to display it with those. So this is another one I had regretted selling. Found it for a really good price, so you know, jumped on it. And this one came out in 2012. That's what it looks like there. I'm sorry. I don't know. This is like an old Doctor Strange wave Build-A-Figure. I don't think many people really got into the figures themselves, but yeah. So really the best comparison is like the new Dormammu. So I'm gonna right here right front to the side here. And you can kind of see just obviously the size difference because, you know, when they released this wave and they said, okay, they're coming with a Dormammu with it, I was like, what? Like, I was like, man, Dormammu's supposed to be big. But I mean, I still like this figure. You know, it's kind of like an old school figure. You know, good work. But this one just, it stands out. It really just pops. I mean, like the black mask, the kind of orange. So like, I wish I'd done another light in here somewhere, but like if you flash a light behind here, the other one does it too. It just really makes the whole face glow. These shoulder pads do kind of wobble. One thing issue I've seen was, and this was common with the other one too, was that there's this swivel thing. So if you look at the leg and you swivel it, it just kind of comes out. And the other one does that too. And I was like, is something wrong with it? Because I always try to, I have no problem buying like a loose figure at all, but like it's just, you know, there's something wrong with it. And he had another one. They only had one set of Flaming Skulls, we had two of these. And it was the same thing. This one felt a little better. I like, you know, better paint overall, I guess. But he was saying, I think this was in the video, these Flaming Skulls are hard to find. Like, just finding him is okay, but these with it is just, like, supposedly these are going for like 20 bucks a piece, which is nuts, when that's probably half the price of the figure itself. Where to start? So as far as like the sculpt is, underneath everything is pretty basic. You know, it's massive dude, you know, muscles and all that stuff, legs. But then they, you know, have the boots, which have like kind of layers to it. They have the skirt, which is like, this part here is real flimsy, but these parts here are kind of tight. This one's somewhere in between. But the one thing I do like about it is, you know, with Dormammu, you're not going to have a lot of action poses or anything, you know. You're probably just going to have something like this. But that does kind of restrict how far his legs can go. So you probably want to, you know, as you turn the leg, like there's a little hamstring, no, I'm sorry, thigh swivel. The legs kind of rotate. So you probably want to wind the base, point the feet out to kind of just show the weight. Because I noticed before this one would fall over a lot. And the Flaming Skulls just kind of, they look like they were a head sculpt at one point. Like I think Weasel was talking about, maybe it's Ghost Rider. I forgot to bring mine out, but like when I looked at it, it did look kind of similar. So you kind of have to get creative about it, because these, my old one would pop out too. And I'm trying to just hold it like around the jawline, I guess, of the skull. So that seems to hold it pretty good. So, you know, try something to see if it looks good. Maybe check back on it and just see if it's not popped out or something. But, you know, depends on what you want to do. They do sit in his hand too, but it's like if I did one and try to do that, it just doesn't really hold it very well. Just kind of the way it goes. Take a look at the back a little bit. you know, you can see that like this is a, you know, a skirt, and this points up. This is kind of flimsy, so, you know, whenever you're grabbing, you have to slam it to actually poke yourself. Same thing here, it doesn't come to the point, so that's always nice. And these are pretty hard too, so they're, you know, they hang on pretty good. Same thing here, it kind of comes to the dull point, so, you know, I always think about that when you're grabbing these, because sometimes you may have to, you know, grab it from the top, because usually bigger figures will stick in the back or something. You know, I mean, this one, it's not a 10 to me, it's not. Like, I felt like this was kind of an 8. This one is more like a 9 to me. You know, what kind of gets me, a lot of it is, you know, his standing, the swivel. Like, you know, you have to really work with on the base just to get him to stand right. Once you get it, it's good. And he doesn't have like really loose ankles, so they're kind of underneath here, so that kind of helps him sturdy. Another thing too with these skulls, like I feel like they really designed them really well. It's a green skull with blue flames coming out, which just looks awesome. But I'm like, I feel like they should have did something where it holds in his hand better. So like, for example, if I just try to hold it in his hand, you have to kind of maneuver the fingers. So, and I don't know, for some reason, I feel like this one holds the skulls a lot better than my old one. But like, it depends on how you want to pose it, you know, because I feel like, is this supposed to be a fireball, or is this just supposed to be someone's head he grabbed? You know, I mean, if you want to do it that way, that looks cool. It just, you know, it really depends on how you want him to look. And there is some marbling too. So if I come back to it and just kind of look at here, there's good detail. But honestly, this one's a lot better than the one I had. But the other one he had the same issue my old one did, where there was marbling in certain spots where it just looks not shiny. It just looks kind of like faded in a way. This one doesn't seem to have those issues. Honestly, this Sculpt looks like a Sandman. Like, I just got done posting a review on Sandman, the old Build-A-Figure review. That's what it reminds me of. I don't know, kind of strange, but yeah, I mean, I still stick with a 9. I mean, like, it's an excellent figure, but yeah, I don't know. But anyways, thanks for watching.